Welcome, you are listening to Radio Central News. I'm Chandni and now news in detail. Even as India reported 55,342 fresh COVID 19 cases in the past 24 hours, lowest in nearly 2 months, the government on Tuesday cautioned about a possible surge in infection in coming months of festivals and winters if laxity is shown by people. Winter is conducive to the spread of respiratory virus and therefore more precautions need to be taken. In Europe and the US, it is clear that with the onset of winter, the number of cases have gone up, though there may be several other factors, member Niti Aayog, Dr. V.K. Paul said during a media briefing. As per the latest update from the Union Health Ministry, the total number of cases in the country have reached 71,75,880. The death toll from the virus has also surged to 1,09,856 as 706 more people lost their lives in the past 24 hours. The active cases stands at 8,38,729, which comprises 11.69% of the total case load, the data stated. The COVID-19 case fatality was recorded at 1.53%. Central Bureau of Investigations on Tuesday took statements of Hathras victims' family. Several villagers beside video recorded the house of the deceased and the field where the body was cremated, sources said. According to the sources, a 9-member team recorded statements of around 40 villagers. The CBI also inspected the village and the crime spots. As per the sources, during today's investigation, the mothers of the victim suddenly collapsed and rushed to the nearby hospital. However, she is now normal. Meanwhile, Mathura Court has given permission to the Enforcement Directorate to interrogate Kerala journalist Siddiqui Kapan and 3 others who were arrested by the UP police from Hathras Toll Plaza. As per the police, they are affiliated to Popular Front of India and wanted to disturb the atmosphere of the Hathras village. A 19-year-old Dalit girl was alleged gang rape and brutally assaulted for 4 upper caste men of the Hathras village last month. 2 weeks later, she died in a Delhi hospital and was cremated forcibly in the middle of the night by UP policemen in the absence of the victim's family members, leading to widespread outrage in Uttar Pradesh, neighboring Delhi and some other states. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has informed Governor B.S. Koshyari that a decision on reopening places of religious worship will be taken after careful consideration of the COVID-19 situation in the state. Responding to the letter by Koshyari a day earlier, Thackeray on Tuesday wrote to the governor saying the state government will consider his request to reopen these places. In his letter, Koshyari had mentioned that he has received 3 representations from delegation demanding that places of religious worship be reopened. In response, Thackeray pointed out the coincidence that all the 3 letters Koshyari mentioned were from BJP office bearers and supporters. An RSS veteran, Koshyari has been BJP's vice president and 5 president of the party's unit in Uttarakhand, where he also served as chief minister. In the letter to the Chief Minister, Koshyari had asked, "Have you suddenly turned secular, the term you hated?" Responding to the question, Thackeray wondered if to Koshyari, Hindutva meant merely reopening places of religious worship, and if not opening them was to him being secular. Isn't secularism a key component of the constitution by which you swore while taking oath, as the state governor Thackeray said? "I don't need your certificate for my Hindutva," Thackeray said, referring to Koshyari's letter. Top military commanders of India and China have agreed to jointly safeguard peace and tranquility in the border areas in eastern Ladakh and not turn differences into disputes. The commanders of the 2 Himalayan giants met for 7th round of meeting at Chushul on the Indian side in eastern Ladakh to discuss ways for complete disengagement and de-escalation from all the friction points along the line of actual control. According to the joint statement issued after the talks, both sides agreed to maintain dialogue and communication through military and diplomatic channels and arrive at a mutually acceptable solution for disengagement as early as possible. They also agreed to honestly implement the important understanding reached by the leaders of the two countries, not turn differences into disputes, and jointly safeguard peace and tranquility in the border areas, the joint statement said. The two sides had a sincere, in depth, and constructive exchange of views on disengagement along the line of actual control in the western sector of India China border areas. They were of the view of that these discussions were positive, constructive, and had enhanced understanding of each other's positions, the joint statement added. That is all for the today's news bulletin. Stay tuned to Radio Central News for more updates.